and welcome to Carnivore Wellness. My name is Rebecca, and today I want to talk with you about leg cramps on carnivore. So not every carnivore has this problem. Perhaps you have not experienced any kind of leg cramps, especially at night, in which case that's awesome and I'm really happy for you. But if you're like me, perhaps you have had some cramping in your legs at night. And this can vary from just a mild twinge to a really painful Charlie horse that has you jumping up out of the bed to try and, mitigate that cramping sensation in your muscles. That is really disruptive to sleep, and it also is just painful and sometimes can even lead to some muscle soreness the next day. So what can we as carnivores do about it? The very common advice is that you need to increase your magnesium. Of course, on carnivore, especially in the early days, we need to more closely regulate our body's electrolytes, and magnesium is one of those: sodium, potassium, and magnesium. So supplementing with a magnesium can be very helpful. Most people are deficient in magnesium, so many people need to supplement with that in order to have magnesium at high enough levels in the body to regulate things like the muscle cramping. So magnesium is responsible for things, like your muscles, your bones, your nerves, even your mood. So it has wide-ranging implications throughout the body, not surprising given that it is one of three electrolytes that your body needs. And sometimes when that magnesium is not in balance, we have things like cramps or even low energy or some hormonal dysregulation issues. So you can do this by adding extra magnesium orally via an electrolyte blend, or you can take it, as a standalone supplement. And so one brand for this that's really great, a brand called Calm, and they make a version that is unflavored, has no stevia or any other flavors in there. And that can be really great for folks who want to supplement orally with magnesium. However, you can also apply it topically. Magnesium is readily absorbed through the skin, so you can get a topical spray or a magnesium oil, put it directly on the skin, and let it absorb that way. Another way that I really enjoy increasing my magnesium is through Epsom salt baths. That Epsom salt has the magnesium sulfate in it, and that magnesium will be absorbed in the body. You really need to go heavy on the Epsom salt, though, in the bath. Go ahead and dump half a bag, maybe even the whole bag, why not, in the tub, and really have that bath water be very concentrated in the magnesium that is available, and then more will be taken up via the skin. Don't worry about overdoing it. Only if you are taking it orally can you overdo it, but if it is absorbing through the skin, the body is naturally going to stop absorbing it when it has plenty. So you are good to go and enjoy the benefits of getting enough magnesium that way. Now, the magnesium can be very helpful, and for a lot of people, this does take care of the cramping that they get in their legs at night. However, if you still continue to have cramping, this is the number one thing I would recommend that you try. One thing that I learned in my carnivore community is that you can do this thing called mouth taping. So essentially you take like a medical grade tape, and I always recommend getting the kind that's made for sensitive skin, because you are going to literally tape your mouth shut. Some people tape it this way, and they have it fully go across their mouth horizontally. I personally that's a little much for me. So I always tape it from top to bottom. And I'm not going to do it now so I can keep talking, but I tape it top to bottom. And I always recommend you put some lip gloss or chapstick on your lips before you put the tape on. That way it helps with removal. You don't want to pull that delicate skin off of your lips when you remove the tape. Even if you do use a more sensitive tape, it still can be kind of problematic. So put the chapstick on, put the tape over your mouth, and then you sleep with your mouth tape closed. Now, how in the world is this going to change my leg cramps? What? That makes no sense, but it does, because what it encourages you to do is to breathe through your nose. And in doing so, you're more effective in bringing in oxygen and expelling the carbon dioxide. So when we're mouth breathers and you wake up in the middle of the night, your mouth is hanging open, you're not breathing optimally, and your body is probably in need of some extra oxygen. So the mouth taping really helps encourage your body to do that and to get the amount of oxygen it needs. And I personally was very skeptical of if this mouth taping would work, but I tried it. And within a week and a half to 2 weeks, I no longer had cramping at night. I could wake up in the morning, stretch my legs out, point my toes, and my legs would not cramp or start to cramp. And, this was after months and months of supplementing with magnesium, thinking that that would take care of it. But really and truly, it was the mouth taping that made the difference. So if you have tried the magnesium and you're still having leg cramps, then try mouth taping. It is definitely worth it. And, I reached a point where now I've trained my mouth to stay shut. So at night, I don't have to mouth tape every night. I had to do it consistently for about 3 months. And then, if I've gone through periods of time where, say, I got a little sickness, a little congestion, obviously don't tape your mouth shut if you can't breathe adequately through your nose. But during those times, I kind of got out of the habit of sleeping with my mouth closed. Then I would just need to mouth tape for a few more nights to kind of get my body back in that habit. But now I don't have to mouth tape and I don't have leg cramps. So if you're struggling with that, consider magnesium, but also consider taping your mouth shut and mouth taping for better sleep and better lack of the cramps in your leg muscles. And just throwing this out there, some people say it actually leads to enhanced weight loss. Not that that's why we're eating this carnivore way of eating. We are all here for health and healing first, but it can be a nice benefit of breathing properly and not being a mouth breather, rather breathing nasally and allowing your body to fully take in the oxygen it needs and fully expel the carbon dioxide that it no longer needs. All right, we'll keep this one short and sweet. If you've enjoyed this, like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.